Welcome back guys to another Beam.ng video, and welcome back guys to Grid Map. And today we're gonna find out which drivetrain is the best for off-roading. Now the red one that we see right here, that is the gas. The brown one is diesel, and the blue one is electric. So they're all-wheel drive. They all have lifted suspension. They all have all-season tires. There shouldn't be one that has an unfair advantage over the other. So let's just get right into it. So we're gonna start this off-road comparison with this. It's a very small but rocky hill climb. I'm gonna do this in comfort mode, and then if this seems like too much of an issue for it, I'll put it in off-road. But minimal slippage, it went right through. Now let's try the other ones. Now we're in the diesel, and now we're going to do the same rocky hill climb, same mode, comfort mode. Well, a little bit more slippage. It struggled a little bit more, but it still did pretty good. And the diesel has a lot of torque, so I was able to put that torque down on this rocky hill climb. So now to the electric. Here we are at the same rocky hill climb. We're in comfort mode in the electric tug ride. Okay, so far I think we're getting hung up after we deal with that issue. Oh, it's struggling more. This has really surprised me because the electric is the most powerful. It's spinning. Okay, we're gonna have to put it in proper traction to weigh that up. Okay, now, wow, this is really surprising. I'm gonna try this again in sport mode because this is really surprising. Okay, first we're already stuck on something. Okay, let me try this again. We're running out of ground clearance. But wow, this is really surprising. The front wheels, they're just spinning. Rear wheels, they're not doing anything. I mean, look, I'm full throttle right now. And I don't think the traction control is grabbing enough. And if anything, it's grabbing too much. Oh, come on. Yeah, no, I call this a fail. The electric one can't make it up this hill climb that the gas and the diesel made it up quite easily. Now we're here at this larger and steeper rocky hill climb. Let's see how it does. Okay, so far traction control is starting to limit power. Oh, I'm full throttle right now. Okay, now that it's got stopped there, I'm gonna put it into off-road mode and floor it. I'm flooring it in off-road mode. Okay, because I believe off-road mode tuned down the traction control, but we made it. It struggled quite a bit, but it did make it, which is pretty much all that really matters when it comes to this. So now in the diesel. Now we are in the diesel at the same hill climb. I'm gonna do it in comfort mode first to see. Oh, I let off a little bit there. But so far, it is doing it, and it did it better than the gas. I think it might just be because of the fact that the diesel engine is a 2-liter diesel, while the gas engine's a 1.6. So to make it fair, if the gas struggles anymore, I'm going to switch to 2-liter gas, just because the fact that it's only fair because this has a 2-liter diesel. Now for the electric one, I wouldn't leave this guy. I'm in sport mode, I'm just going to put it. The traction control. I don't think it's a problem with the electric. I mean, it kind of is. The rear wheels aren't getting enough power. So that's the first issue. So I'm going to turn off traction control and just pull it. See if I can try and make it. Because the traction control and the other ones, they start distributing power. The electric traction control, it's not really working out. Come on. We're right here. The rear wheels just don't have enough power. It can't make it because the rear wheels don't have enough power to make it. Okay, I'm still very sad because I expected the electric to maybe even do the best because of its most power compared to the other two. But I guess traditional all-wheel drive with the connection in the front and the back has already started to show to be better. Now we are here at a different section. This one is steep, it has a bunch of ruts in it, and it's got this huge cliff here. Now I'm going to start in comfort mode, just to see how well it does in comfort mode. Yeah, no, the traction control is grabbing too hard, but hold on. It's doing it. It's shifting power where it needs to go. Look at that, it made it up, which is really surprising to me that it did, but I am proud of it for doing so, especially because this is a dual clutch. But it made it up pretty easy. We should save hill climb in the diesel. Now I'm gonna keep it in comfort mode because that was the mode that got the gas one. But the diesel one, it definitely feels like it has more power than the gas. Probably because of its larger displacement, but hold on. Come on. It's gotta shift power. Okay. Let me try this again. Cause you can hear it and I can feel it. It's really jumping. Hold on. Now this thing just wants to. Okay. Let me try this again. I don't think it was the diesel's fault that it took so long to get up here. It was my fault. I didn't take the same line, most likely, as the gas. But it did make it up with not too much trouble. So now, let's try it in the electric. I don't think it's going to do very good, but might as well try. Now we're in the electric one at the place. I'm going to put it in comfort mode because so far the only thing I've realized is that the only way the traction control works is in comfort. Okay. This thing feels powerful. It has power. It's not like this has power. It just doesn't shift enough of that power to the rear axle. So if the rear electric motor were just more powerful, this thing would be perfect. But the front tire just keeps spinning. Oh, okay, I didn't mean to do that. Let me just fix this real quick. But it's really disappointing because I expected this to do so good because of all the power it had. But like you can see it here, it just wants to spin. All it wants to do is just spin. It's probably just the traction control, the way the traction control is in the electric one compared to the gas and the diesel one. But it's just spinning. The traction control is not grabbing either. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna give it one last. I'm gonna come back here. I'm gonna give it one last try before I just give up because it's got so much power. It just can't put it down. Like it doesn't shift enough of the power. It has so much power, but it's all just being wasted through the front motor. I just wish if the rear electric motor was more powerful, this would be perfect, and the traction control may be a little bit more grabby. But if if that was solved, this thing would be perfect. So here we are at the next obstacle. This is a steep hill climb, and what we're going to do is we're going to line our rear wheels up to the back and just floor it, which I'm doing here. We're going to put it in comfort mode and see how it does. So far, the gas made it up perfectly fine. So now we try the diesel. Now we are in the diesel, we are in comfort mode, and we're just going to floor it and see how it does. Okay. Well, it's getting a bit more slippage than the gas. Oh, but it did make it up. And now I'm curious to see how the electric does, because I have a feeling like the electric is just going to spin its front tires. But so far, the diesel is showing its torque, and the gas is showing its horsepower. And now, the electric should be showing both, but it is, just not in the rear. Now we're here at the same hill climb in the electric car, and we're going to floor it. In comfort mode. Oh. Bit more slippage. It seems like it struggled a little bit more for whatever reason, but it did show that it does have the power to make it up these hills. Now we move on to our last and final test. For our last test, we are going to do articulation test. We're not going to test how far they can articulate, but to see how they react to it. So first things first, we're going to start off with this. So we got front slippage, it's transferring power to the back, it's grabbing. So it's grabbing front and rear. So I'm going to stop like a little bit behind. Now I'm not going to floor it, but I'm going to give it some gas. You can see at the little chart over there at the bottom left, it shows you the brake pressure. So if I give it some gas, you'll see that it's starting to tap on the brakes. So now we're going to see what happens with the diesel. Here we are at the same test in the diesel. Now, I don't expect this to perform any differently than gas. So, we've got front and rear tire, front left, front right. It just grabs and goes. That's how it's working right now. And it's transferring power both front and back. You can also see in the top left, you'll see where the majority of the power is going. So you'll see once I floor it, it's sending power to the front. Then you see the rear axles starting to light up. That's because they're starting to get power. So front gets power, then it notices slippage and starts sending power to the back. So now let's do this in the electric one. Now we're in the same test as we were before in the electric car. So now we're gonna start up with this. Okay. So we're getting slippage, and this is where the traction control is just grabbing too much. You'll see in the bottom left, you'll see it's grabbing, and I think it's grabbing too much, but if you just get a little bit of momentum, it's working out just fine. I'm looking at it. I'm going to try slowly now, because I did try stopping. So we stop. We go. See, it's grabbing and it's going. So, oh, it's not grabbing. To the gas ones, they have a torque, a vectoring all-wheel drive system, which is front-wheel drive bias. So it's both basically front-wheel drive until it detects slippage, sends power to the back. And here in the electric one, there's no physical and mechanical connection between the front and rear axles. It's a rear motor, front motor. Well, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. If you guys want to see anything in my videos, comment down below. Comment down below games you want to see me play, or what you want me to do in Forza, Beam.ng, bunch of other stuff. See you guys in the next one.